All M-Series models have large, easy-to-read displays. This video explains what exactly appears where on the displays. On the M5, the time and temperature are shown on the top line of the display. The speed can be permanently seen on the middle line. Below the speed indicator is a text field which displays the selected function, in the example ride time. The value for the selected function is shown below the text field. The display changes depending on which options are activated. If the heart rate option is activated, the display changes and the current heart rate is displayed instead of the time. If the cadence option is activated, the current cadence is displayed instead of the temperature. If the heart rate and cadence options are activated, the current heart rate and the current cadence are shown on the upper line of the display. There are several indicators on the display. One indicator shows the selected unit of measurement, kmh or mph. S indicates whether the trip section counter has been started. 1 and 2 indicates whether bike 1 or bike 2 has been selected for the M5. Bulb indicates whether the backlight mode is on or off. Heart or crank indicates whether the heart rate and or cadence options is activated. Heart rate arrows show whether the current heart rate is above, in or below the selected training zone. Arrows beside the speed indicate whether you are moving faster or slower than the average speed. The M5 has 3 buttons: the set button at the top, the bike button at the bottom right, and the pulse button at the bottom left. The bike button can be used to access the bike information for the current trip. Trip distance, ride time, average speed, maximum speed, trip section time, trip section distance, navigator, temperature, time. The pulse button can be used to access the total values for the distance, ride time, or if the heart rate option is activated, the heart rate information. Heart rate zone graph. This shows the selected heart rate zone and the current heart rate as a percentage of the personal maximum heart rate. Calories, average heart rate, maximum heart rate, time below the training zone, time in the training zone, time above the training zone. If the cadence option is activated, the average cadence and maximum cadence are also shown. By pressing and holding the pulse button, you can select the training zone. The available options are fit, fat and own. Make a selection by pressing bike or pulse and then confirm it by pressing set. Short press of the Z button will scroll backwards through the information. Press the bike and the Z buttons to start the trip section counter. The S icon appears on the display and the trip section time is immediately shown. Pressing the bike and Z buttons again also stops the trip section counter. Press and hold the bike button to reset the trip section counter to 0. Press pulse and Z to switch on the backlight mode. The pulp icon indicates when this mode is active. The display backlight illuminates every time a button is pressed. The desired information then appears when the button is pressed a second time. Press pulse and Z again to switch the backlight mode off. To optimize the battery capacity, the backlight mode is automatically switched off after a break. If you press and hold the bike button for a few seconds while in the function menu, the reset query appears. If you continue to hold the bike button, the data for the current trip will be reset to 0. The bike computer is then ready for the next trip. The device settings are explained in full in the setting video. They are combined in a setting menu. This is opened from the function menu by pressing and holding the Z button for a few seconds. Menu open flashes on the display. Once the menu has been opened, you can access the total values or switch to the settings. Press the bike or pulse button to switch to the settings and the Z button to open the settings. Press the bike or pulse button to scroll through the settings. The menu arrows to the right and left of the text field indicate that other settings are also available in the setting menu. Use the bike or pulse button to scroll to the desired setting. Press and hold the Z button for a few seconds again to exit the setting menu.